Good morning. Okay, we study chapter 3.1. Today we study about the definition, category, variable, and numerical variable. You see, the category variable is consists the name and label of group of individual, and numerical variable consists the measurable quantity that describe the individual. You see, how much does the movie theater close? That movie tickets. This is the ticket is 10, 50, 11, 9. How this is the numerical variable. The numerical variable is considered the measured quantity, but the category variable consists the name or label of the group. You look on this example, a person at a hip hop concert, academic measure of the community college student, maximum speed of the car in mile per hour, zip code of a home in Arkansas, a variable consisting of 0 and 1, where 1 stands for a man and 1 stands for a woman. In this one, you identify what is the variable category and numerical variable. Look, the A of person. The A person, if you have 50 years old, 60 years old, that is called the numerical variable. Academic measure community, that is the category variable. Maximum speed of the car, mile hour. For example, 60 mile per hour, 75 mile per hour. The number, that is numerical variable. The zip code of a home in Arkansas, this is in the region, right? That is the city only, that is category variable. And the variable consists the 0, 1, 1 stands for man and 1 stands for woman. This is the category variable. Your numerical variable is the number, right? The age of person. 19 years, 25 years, we call it in numerical. The measure of category of many colors is the category variable. The maximum speed of the car for 108 miles per hour, this is numerical variable. The zip code identify the group of code, this is category variable. The number 0 stands for man and 1 stands for woman. That is category variable. But you identify the numerical and category the variable. Any question about the variable, numerical and category? What is the number? We call it numerical variable. What is in the class? We call it a categorical variable. That is the difference about the numerical variable and category variable. And you had the idea about the variable. Now we study about the frequency and relative frequency. The definition, the frequency is a category in the number of observations in the category. And if you make a table, the frequency table for a category variable is a table that lists all the category and the frequency. Remember, frequency of the category is the number of observations in the category. Now you look on this example. You identify the frequency. You look on the drama, comedy, action, thriller, honor, and other. So you count here drama 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the fabric movie. We have 5 drama. This is frequency of drama is 5. Frequency is the number of observation in the category, right? So that we use select we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is frequency of the drama is 5. And comedy 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So frequency of the comedy movie is 15. And the action thrillers 1, 2, 3, 4. That is frequency of thriller is 4. And action 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So frequency of the action movie is 6. And honor 1, 2, 3, 4. So frequency of honor is 4. And other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 other. So frequency of the movie is 6. That is when you make the table, contrast the frequency table. You will have 42 students and who fabric under the drama, movie, action, thriller, comedy, honor, other. The drama, you find the 5, right? That is frequency is 5. Action, you count 6. So that is frequency is 6. Thriller 4. So frequency is 4. Comedy is 16 students. Fabric that is frequency is comedy is 16. Honor that is 5 students. Fabric that is frequency is 5. Other movie that is 6 students. So we have frequency is 6. And when you add the total duty, we have 42 students. In the 42 students, there are 5 students. Fabric, the drama movie, and 6 students fabric action movie. 4 students fabric thriller movie. 16 students fabric comedy movie. And 5 students fabric honor movie. And 6 students fabric other movie. So we have total 42 students. And remember the frequency in number of observation in the category. That is how you find the frequency. Do you have any question about the frequency? When you make a table, it is a table, you call it the frequency table. This is the name of the movie. This is holistic frequency, the number. When you make the frequency table, you make the same one. Right, that's either observation and this is the frequency. It is only how to make the frequency table. Any question about the frequency and frequency table. Now, in this example, you find what is relative frequency. Relative frequency usually the before your relative frequency of the action carried is the frequency of the category divided by the total number of observations. So when you find the relative frequency, you divide the number of observations by the total number of observations. And the, for example, you get 6 over 42, you get 0.143. And this is you see 42%. 0.143. When you change to percent, you move to place. It is 40.3%. This is called the relative frequency. When you find the relative frequency, you divide the number of observations over total the number. And you get this one, that is 40.3% of the class. He refer as a movie, right? That is you when you find the relative frequency, the observation number divided the total number, and you change the number to percent. 0.1453, you want to 5%, you move to play on this one, that is 14.3% of the class refer as a movie. And in this one, you find the relative frequency of this one, the Raman. How do you find the frequency of the Raman? What is frequency, relative frequency of action current? What does it mean? The Raman we have 5, right? And total we have 42. So find the relative frequency. You have 5 divide 42. 5 divide 42. You will get the number. 5 divide 42, 0.119. And you want 5%. You move to play 1, 2. This is 11.9%. That does mean there are 11.9% students refer the Raman movie, right? That is find the relative frequency. And action we have 6 divide 42. 6 divide 42, you do the last one. 6 divide 42, get 10.143. And once you find those percent, you move to play. That is 14.3%. That means there are 14.3% students prefer action movie. Okay. And you can have derivatives of thrillers, that is 4 divide 42. 4 divide 42. It's 0.095. This is there are 9.5% students prefer thriller movie. And you find a comedy. Comedy has 16. 16 divide 42. 16 divide 42. Just 0.381. That you have 38.1% students prefer comedy. That is And the honors, we have 5 divided 42. 5 divided 42.
Hey, Professor, quick question.
Yes.
On these, are we always rounding up on the decimal points?
We have always, you have three decimal point. Yeah. Drop.
Okay.
And then you always 3 decimal point. That is 11.9%. That is on a movie. And you keep going to 5. The other we have 6.
Mm-hmm.
42. This one. You find the 6 divided 42. You find the last one. That is 0.143. So we have 14.3% students refer on the movie. That's how to find the relative frequency. Now, any question about find the relative frequency? Another question, what is the largest relative frequency? You look under this is the bigger, right? This should be the comedy. Comedy, this is the last, that is 38.1%. Right. This is the comedy, reality comedy. That's it. There are the many people refer the comedy movie. That is how to find the relative. Any question about the find the relative frequency?
Professor, what is the difference between the tally and the frequency?
Yeah, this is relative frequency. This is frequency. Frequency is the number observation, right?
What about tally?
Relative frequency is the percent. What's frequency is a number, right? The relative frequency is the percent. Yes, what is your question?
Yeah, I was asking what is the tally? Looks like it's the same as frequency.
Oh, tally, yeah, tally it is frequency. If you count the gamma, we have 5, right? This is frequency. You look here.
So like the same thing?
The tally, that's if you count, and then that's is the frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is frequency. And you count the tally. Tally that is you 5, right? 5 is frequency. 6 is frequency. 4 is frequency. 6 is frequency. 5 is frequency. 6 is frequency. Frequency is the number of observation. You look under that here. Frequency is the number of observation in the category, right? And relative frequency is the percent. Relative frequency is the frequency of the category divided by the total number of observation. Because it is relative frequency. That is, right? This is relative frequency. This is you construct the table. You have to know, because when you study statistics, you have to know how to construct this one, right? Go to document, you can construct the frequency bar. You can do, you have to know to do this one. Everyone know how to do. Go to the document and then we construct the the bar, the graph, this one. Right here. Because on the test, we had a question to construct this one on the pie. If you go to work, you can construct the frequency bar. I will show you how to do. Go to work document, and you can open the this one, the Rama you this one 5 6 4 16 5 6. Go to work. This is job, right? Are you column? Okay. This one. Can you see this one? And we have to in the work, you open the tab and you have need only one to delete this one. Right? And then in the right here you have the Rama. The Rama we have 5. So you have 5 in 5. And then this one is Action. Action we have that is how you go to the this one you ruler. That is go to the work document and you can do this one. That is you have to know. I just show you how. And now we continue the in the contrast frequency bar. You go to work document and you type the drama, action, thriller, comedy, honey, honors, and other. This is the number, and you will get the chart. This one. You have to know how to find how to control the frequency bar.
Hey, Professor. So you said that we're gonna have the frequency bars on the actual test.
On the first text, we had the frequency bar and the bar chart.
Okay.
You had to control frequency bar and the bar chart. But go to work document and you can control it. On the text, we have the question. This is how to use on the this is the way. Remember the sum of relative frequency always equal 1. Equal when you add everything to 1. Always equal 1. The sum of relative frequency always equal 1. When you add everything, you will get 1. That is control the frequency bar. You have to know the control frequency bar. Any question about the frequency and frequency bar? If you call it a frequency bar, correct? Go to the document and you can control. And remember, reality frequency, the sum of 1 over when you add everything, always equal 1. Now you go to and on. And up to category that we consider the observation that they carry in the common or the yield to carry even consider the observation in the carry all together. It's the different and that is in the common. But all is all together. Or is all together and it is in the common. You look on the this one. The Catholic one we have Carrie, Jenny, Mary, and Catholic 2 we have Mary, Mass, and Mark. So and 2 it is Mary. And all that is all together. And only Mary. But all this is Carrie, Jenny, Mary, Mass, and Mark. All that is all together. And it is only common. That is different from and all. This is the table, the part that we made in the table, right? This is the frequency, relative frequency. You see, this is a different chart. Different chart for each frequency. The number, right? Number 5, number 6, number 16. But the different chart is relative frequency. 0 point. That is relative frequency. You look on this table, identify the day. That's Thursday. Thursday we have the day Thursday. The day Thursday. Identify the day Thursday. The days of third week. 1, 2, 3. The third week equal. Right? And identify the day third week and Thursday. This means only 19, right? This is third week and Thursday. This is 19. Identify the day third week or the Thursday. That means everything this one. It is 5, 12, 19, 26, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. This is all. First week and Thursday. All together. And third week and Thursday, the common. That is 19. That is the days of third week and Thursday. That is 19. And all that is every day on the third day and every day in the third week. That is the different from and all. And that is common. All that's it all the together. Any question about anything until this one? By the proportion of the observation. Proportion observation. How many? That is proportion. That is relative frequency. Proportion. That is relative frequency. Proportion of observation. Or in the commonly category. You look on the, you see the comedy. Comedy, you had 0.381, right? That is the proportion. Proportion is 30.1, 38.1. And what's in 38.1% of the comedy movie? And do not fall in comedy. What is it? Do not in the comedy. Comedy, we had a portion 38.1%. Not for in comedy. We have two ways to find. That is, you have the percent in, you can, this is 0.3 is one comedy. And not for in comedy, that is, you can one subject 0.3 is one. And then you can find the not for in the, because this is everything you get the 100%. When you add the rarity, you have one, right? This is you have one, such as 0.3 is one. You will get 0.619. This is 3.9%. Not for in comedy. And the question 3 is 4 in 3 cat or 4 in honor. Or you add together, right? Thrill and honor. You look on the this one. You look on the graph, you will see the real 0.093 and honor is 0.119. So that is had to find the 0. And then you can find this one. When you find this one, the first one we have 48, right? Do not fall in the comedy, you have 0.619. We have two ways to find. You subtract 1, subtract 0.381, or you add together from this one. And then when you add, you look on this one. Don't fall in the honor, right? This is comedy, you add this one. The drama, action, thriller, honor, and other. You have two ways to do. Do not fall in comedy. You get 1 subtract 0.3 is 1. Or you add the drama 0.119 plus action 0.143 plus thriller 0.095 and add honor 0.119 and add 0.143. When you find the not for in comedy, you have two ways to do. The first you have one, you subtract this one. Or you add this order, add this one and this one. You have two ways to do the not for in the comedy. Because when you add together, you will get one. So when not for in comedy, you get 1, you subtract the 0.381, or you add on the this one. That is the question on the or not for in the comedy. Any question about this problem? Because when you add together everything, you will get 1. The sum, the relative frequency is 1. So when find the not for in this one, we have 1, you subtract this one. And then or you can add of the different. That is why to find the not for in the comedy. The next question is the for in thriller category or for in the honor. You add the thriller and honor. And you get 0.214 because the all that is at rulers and honor. Ruler we had 0.095 and honor we had 0.119. Find the all. You add together and you will get 0.214 or 21.4% in the ruler category and or honor category. And the number 4 is for ruler and the honor category. Because we see this is different, right? The rulers and honor is different. They are not common in this one. So that is there is no student prefer ruler and honor. That is equal 0, right? Because the and that is you find the common between the two categories. But in this one, we don't have any student prefer both ruler and honor. So that is the question is for in ruler category and for in honor category is equal 0. Because no student prefer both. We don't have the common. So that is no student in this one. But the way we can all ruler and honor, you add together rulers and honor. You get the 22.4%. This is the problem. You find the relative frequency and not for. You have two ways to do. The first, you ask the order. The way to you subtract 3.1 and when you find all, you add together two categories. And when you find and tuple and category, you find the common. But in this problem, we don't have the common. So that's it. This one equals 0. Any question about this problem? Find the relative frequency. And now, when you find the relative frequency of the order, you just subtract from 1. Because when everything you add, you will get 1, right? And then you want to find the proportion that is relative frequency, you just subtract from 1. For example, 3.3 is 1. That is the find the proportion of the. Any question until this problem? Now, you look on this table. We have this, you have, now you do this problem. Now, you look on this problem. You have to find the, you do this one. In the survey, we have 19 city address. This is 119 city address and the graph Republican, Democrats, Independent, and now you look on the table. You look on this one. You will see the Democrat, Independent, Republican on the relative frequency is 0.37. This is the woman, that is the low. The man is the orange. There are 0.37 the man, 0.29 is this is the man, woman, this is the man, this is the woman, this is the man. Independent, this is Republican, this is the woman, this is the man. The other the woman, this is the man. Look on the graph, you will see the what is the Democratic woman and man, Independent woman and man, Republican woman and man, and other woman and man.
Professor, one quick question for this. So if you add up all the women, it equals 100%, right? And then all the men should equal 100%.
No, when you have everything. Because we had a tutor in the question, we look on the question we have. The question is what proportion of women? What is property? And now you find the proportion of the man first and in the demographic. You look on the table, you will see the 0.37, right? This is proportion of women. It is 3.37. When you look on the graph, you will see the proportion. This one. This is the proportion of the woman. And then we look the question with the greater proportion of men. And then you look on the graph, you will see men in this one. This is the high, right? That is 0.43. This is the lucky. The question is what political party greater proportion of men too. You look on the graph, it is independent. Independent. This is 0.43. It is you look on the graph, it is the height. That is the question which political party decreasing portion men too. That's independent. Independent. Look on the graph, you will see the height, the man, the independent, and the question is independent. Compare the proportion women who thought themselves as independent and the men thought themselves independent. Now compare the woman and man independent and dependent. You look on the independent. The man is higher the woman, right? When you compare it, you look at the man is higher the woman. So that is you can conclude the woman depend only 0.38 and the man 0.43. So the smaller portion of women thought themselves as dependent of men. You can answer the man higher the woman or the woman smaller the man. Because when you look on the graph, you will see this is the man and the woman. The woman you have only 0.38 and the man 0.42, 43. You this is higher, you know, this is the man higher too. That is proportion. You can answer that question. Any question until this question? Proportion of women Because when you look on the graph, you will see this is the woman, this is the man. And the question is demographic, what proportion? You look on the demographic here, and the woman is here, 0.37. The answer is 0.37. Proportion is 0.37 or 37%. And which property decrease proportion man Jew? You look here, the man in the orange, you look here. The man is high, so the man Jew independent high. And the question 3, compare proportion the woman who thought themselves as independent to the proportion the man who thought themselves independent. So compare that the woman and man independent. And you look on independent here. You look, the man is higher than the woman. So that is the man higher than the woman. The man is 0.43. That is 43%. And the woman is 0.38. That is 38%. That is the man higher. The question 4. The total 10 is 1 woman and 879 men. Respond to survey. Were there more women or men thought themselves as independent? Yeah, the total woman is 0, 1, 0 is 1, and the man is 79. And now you find how many in the independent woman and men. You look on the graph here. Independent, the woman is 0.38%. But we have woman here, the 0. Woman we have 1, 0 is 1, right? You multiply 0.38 and you can find the woman. How many people? 0.81 multiply 0.38. We have 410.78, but you can round 11 women in the independent. And the men we have 879 people, and you multiply 43. 879 multiply 0.43. If you get 377.97. So the round is 378. The man, the woman is 411, and a man is 378. That's either there are 411 women independent and 378 independent. Any question about find the people in the group? You let the people, the total people, multiply relatively the total number.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does any math tutors give tutoring for any?
Tutoring, we had you look on the syllabus, we had the Zoom for the tutoring in the school. We had a Python. We had a Python in school. On the syllabus, you will close the Zoom, the link of the Zoom. I put on the syllabus.
Okay, because I went to NetTutor. It's good tutoring, but it's just it feels better if it's someone that's like in Zoom, or I don't know how to explain it. Like,
we look on the syllabus. I had information on the syllabus, the tutoring of the school. In the school, we had to drink in the pie shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But now you had a question to find the people in the, because we had a 1,081 women in the survey, but the 038, and you multiply, you will get the 411 people. On the men, we have 879 people, but the 0.43%, and then you find the 378 people in the independent. And if you find the person, you get the total number, you multiply the relative frequency, and you will get the people, how many people. Any question about this problem? Now you go to the total one. There were women, men, thought themselves independent. That is, you find the number, right? And how did it possible? Even there were smaller person, women who thought themselves independent than men. You look in this one. You see the woman is 0.38, the man is 0.43%. 43%, the woman 48%. But when you find the woman is bigger than the man, because the number in the survey of the woman greater than the man, right? You see the woman in 1,081 in the survey, but the man only 879. That's why we find the number of women greater than the number of the men. Because the woman in the survey greater than the number of the men in the survey. So that when you, even the proportion, the woman smaller than the man, but when you find the number, you see the woman is greater than the man, right? Because the woman in the survey greater than in the greater than the man in the survey, right? That is why you find the number of women is greater than the man. Even the proportion in women is less than the proportion of the man. Depend on the how many people in the survey, right? In the survey, if we have 1,081 women, but 879 men. So when you find, you will see the number of the women is 411, but the man is 378. It is greater than the man. But the Euro proportion, the woman is smaller than the man. The woman only 0.38 and the man is 0.43. Because when you find the number, because this, the woman greater than the number of the man in the survey. When you find the number of people, you write the total number, you multiply with the proportion, and you will find the number. Any question about that one? Number 5, on the basic, the multi-paragraph, a student could do that. 24% of all American men are Republican. What do you tell the student? Republican here, 0.24, right? The man is 0.24. That means 24% the man of Republican, right? Each one is 24%. A man in the Republican. This one. You look on the graph, you will see there are 0.24 relative percent, that means 24% men of Republican. But the question here, on the multiple, on the paragraph, students conclude that 24% of all American men are Republican. What do you tell the student? What do you think in the student? How 24% of all American men are Republican? What do you think in this problem? Even you see here, there are 24%, right? Any people had to answer this question. Anyone know this is the student conclude this is right or correct? You look here is 24% men in Republican, and the student follow that 24% of all American men are Republican. What do you tell the student? Anyone can answer this question. You look on the table, we see the 24% men on Republican, right? But each one student say that 24% of all American men Republican. This is not correct, right? Because 24% in the people in the survey, 24% of the people in survey, not all American men, right? This is the difference. So it cannot be the 24% of all American. Because on the survey, we have only the number, this is 879, but the 24% of this one, not 24 of all American, right? So 24% of the 879 in the survey, not 24% of all American men are Republican. That is the difference. So you look on the, let's see, only 24% men in survey are Republican, but cannot be include 24% of all American men are Republican. But that is the difference. When you look on the problem, you have to pay attention in the survey and in the all American. That is the difference. Even the 24% that is correct in 24%, but 24% of the men in the survey, not 24 in all American men. So that is student this is not correct. 24 of all American men are Republican. Okay. If you have a question about find the proportion and compare and average to find the number and this one. Any question in this problem? When you look on the table, you will see the relative frequency, that means the proportion. And then you can compare the men and women, and the men and women in the Democrat, Independent, Republican on the, you look on the graph, you see this one. In the Democrats, the woman greater than the man, right? In the debate, and then the women greater than the men. in the Republican Parliament and the woman maybe in the Democratic on this road as well. But the different. You look on this one, you can find the proportion. If the man and woman in the Democrats, the Independent, Republican, or the any question on everything about this class 3.1 from the beginning. Today we study the frequency